first session of your French learning journey. The video of the alphabet has been released last week. I hope you've seen it. Now you know how we pronounce and how we write the letters of the alphabet in French. If not, the link is on the top right corner. You can click on that, and I highly recommend you watch the alphabet video before you go to lesson 1, which is this video here. Today we are going to learn how to present ourselves in French, which would mean how to learn the basics of a sentence in French. We are going to get to know the verb to be, and we are going to know about a lot of professions and nationalities and how to talk about ours. And by the end of the video, you will even learn in forms of short dialogues how to present yourself and how to present even others. 3 very important points about this specific YouTube channel and the way we're going to learn French here that I need to tell you before we start the first lesson is, first of all, it is going to be practical French. So you're not only going to learn how to talk and write the way they do in the grammar manuals, but is going to be really spoken French, what you really see, hear, and watch in a Francophone society. We are going to go from A to Z, so hang in there, press the subscribe button, follow all the videos so that you can really have a perfect understanding of the French language. And also the right pronunciation. This is very important because from the very beginning, we're going to learn how to pronounce everything correctly. That will help us later on in the journey of learning any language, so we don't need to rectify. So we're going to learn the right pronunciation from the very beginning. Others can understand us a lot easier this way, and we can understand them a lot easier. Ready to dive in? Let's go with me. So, as a basic of every sentence in any language in the world, we do have a subject plus a verb. As we say in English, I am, you are, he or she is, we're going to have to know how we say all these subjects in French. So, when we say I in English, it is going to be je in French. Repeat those words with me. Je. You, if it's a single person, tu. Tu. He is il. Il. She is elle. Elle. We have another one here, which is on. I will explain more about it later on. Whenever we want to say we in French, it would be nous. Nous. You, when I'm speaking to more than one person, would be vous. Vous. And they, if it's a group of male, it would be il. If it's a group of females, it would be elle. Even if we have a group of females with one single male, it is il. We will get to these details later on. Don't worry about that. So, some slight differences with English that you might have noticed so far, first of all, might be the difference of tu and vous, which we say you in English. So, tu is when I am speaking to one person, that type of you. Whenever I'm speaking to more than one, it would be vous. I have another sense of vous, which is when I am speaking to only one person, but out of respect, I do not say tu, but I say vous. This is normally when I don't know the person, or it's someone with a huge age difference with me. We will get to the details later on, but up to this point, we needed to know here before we really get to the verb here. And you might have noticed on, as I said, as a subject beside il and elle, which is used in the spoken language very frequently, and it does mean us, but the verb is like il and elle. We will get more into the details further on. So let's go to the verb to be, which is, I would say, the most important verb in any language. So this verb is called être in French. Être. Let's get into it and see how I could say it with different subjects. I highly recommend you repeat each one with me. Je suis. Je suis. I am. Tu es. Tu es. You are. Il est. Il est. He is. Elle est. Elle est. She is. On est. On est. We are. Nous sommes. Nous sommes. Again, we are. Vous êtes. Vous êtes. You are. Ils sont. Ils sont. They are, masculine. Elles sont. Elles sont. Again, they are, the feminine part. We have three main ways that we use the verb to be once we want to present ourselves. So we can use it to tell our first and last name. We can use it to talk about our profession, and we can use it to tell the person about our nationality. So we're going to go one by one on every single one of these: name, profession, and nationality, and see how the sentences would look like. First of all, prénom, which is your first name, and nom, which is the last name. So if I say je suis following my first and last name, it's a complete sentence. Je suis Anne Cyr. I'm Anne Cyr. Let's say how it would look like for other people. It's not only je suis, so we want to really learn how to use the verb to be here. Elle est Pauline Leduc. Il est Claude Leduc. Ils sont Pauline et Claude Leduc. They are Pauline and Claude Leduc. So, for the profession, it's the same thing, same verb. Example, je suis ingénieur. I'm an engineer. Or, je suis ingénieur. You might notice this liaison in some of the pronunciations. Just something we need to know before we get into the professions and nationalities is that these two are adjectives. And the adjectives in French, we have gender, so they might be feminine or masculine, and they may be singular or plural. And according to these, the type of adjectives might change, so the way that we write it and or the way we pronounce it. So pay attention to these while we get into the professions and nationalities here. Speaking about professions, let's say how we can talk about these two people now. Pauline est étudiante. She's a student. Claude est étudiant. He's a student. So you notice the difference here. Étudiante, the feminine, and étudiant, the masculine. Now we can even say more about these two people. We can talk about their first, last name, and profession using only the verb to be. Elle est Pauline et elle est étudiante. She's Pauline and she's a student. Il est Claude et il est étudiant. He's Claude and he's a student. Now let's go to the third one, nationalities. As an example, je suis belge. So let's see how we can say it for these people. Sarah est marocaine. Sarah is Moroccan. Mehdi est marocain. He's Moroccan. Ils sont marocains. I want you to pay attention to the adjective here when it's plural and when I'm adding Sarah to Mehdi. So it's not only woman, I have a man as well. So it's masculine plural. Now let's say everything that we have learned all together here. First, last name, profession, and nationality. How can I say it for these two people? Elle est Pauline et elle est étudiante. Pauline est française. Il est Claude et il est étudiant. Claude est français. You see the differences? Française, français. Étudiante, étudiant. Awesome. And for these two, let's see how it would look like. Sarah est marocaine et elle est enseignante de mathématiques. Sarah is Moroccan and she is a mathematics teacher. Mehdi est marocain et il est enseignant de sciences. So Mehdi is Moroccan and he is a science teacher. So you see the differences here again. Enseignante for Sarah, enseignant for Mehdi. Marocaine for Sarah, Marocain for Mehdi. And let's get to the good part here, the dialogues. Here you are going to see exactly what we have learned so far, but between two people. Let's get into it. Repeat after me. Bonjour. Vous êtes Mina, la professeure de français? Bonjour. Non. Je suis Sarah. Je suis enseignante de maths. See, all we have learned here in the form of a dialogue. Another one. Bonjour, c'est Anne. Je suis professeure de français. You see here, when I'm presenting myself, I'm saying c'est Anne. So this is a different type of it. And see how he is going to say. He is going to present himself. Bonjour Anne, je m'appelle Claude. Je suis étudiant. So here he's not saying je suis Claude, but he's saying je m'appelle Claude, which is another verb that we are going to see after this dialogue. Vous êtes française? Are you French? Non, je suis américaine. Et vous? No, I'm American. How about you? Moi, je suis français. I'm French. if you have learned anything so far, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Any ideas about the video? I would be more than happy to read your comments about it. So, I just wanted to bring your attention to one point that you might have noticed so far. Some of the adjectives are identical in their masculine and feminine forms. So not all of them would be different. They are kind of the exceptions. We do have them. It's good to know. Other thing is that yes, we saw Claude talking with the verb s'appeler, which we are going to see right after this slide. And then we're going to see a whole bunch of examples of some nationalities and some professions that you could use in your own sentences. That would give you a very good idea of what they would look like. So let's go to the verb s'appeler, which is another verb. This is only and only used to tell your name to someone, okay? So yes, we can say it with the to be verb, but also we can use this verb. I am going to read the verb. I suggest that you pronounce it and you repeat each one after me, okay? Je m'appelle. This means exactly my name is, and then you put your name right after. Je m'appelle Anne. Tu t'appelles. Il s'appelle. Now we'll go to the right side. Nous nous appelons. Vous vous appelez. Il s'appelle. So this is my name is, your name is, his name is. I did not bring her name is here because we know it's exactly the same way. Our name is, your, again, a plural type of it, name is, and then their name is. So this is another verb we can use, but only to tell our name. And as we said, we're going to go to some nationalities and some professions and learn a bit more of them as a list so you can have with you whenever you need it, or you can use it for your homeworks. So the masculine and the feminine form of it, we're going to see them each. Some nationalities as Italian, pay attention to the pronunciation. Italien. Canadien, Canadian. Américain, American. Afghan, Afghan. Turc, Turkish. Grec, Greek. Marocain, Moroccan. So we're gonna pronounce the exact same adjectives, but the feminine form of it now. Italienne, canadienne, américaine, afghane, turc, grec, marocaine. So you notice the differences of the writing and the pronunciation. And the exact same way, we're going to see a list of some other professions in their masculine and feminine forms. Médecin. Médecin is a medical doctor. Ingénieur, engineer. Architecte, architect. Vendeur, a salesperson. Acteur, an actor. Policier, a police officer. So let's see the feminine forms of the same adjectives. Médecin. So this is one of those that does not change, identical between the masculine and feminine form. Ingénieur could be the same, or we could add the E at the end. Architecte, again, no change. Vendeuse, actrice, policière. And there we go. These two lists, the professions and the nationalities, could help you a lot when you want to speak, you want to write, or when you want to do your homework here. Let's get into some homework that would really help you really practice whatever you have learned in this lesson. The first thing I want you to do is you're going to present yourself. So you can use je suis or you can use je m'appelle, and you can fill it out with your first and last name. And I want you to complete these two sentences as well. So, je suis your nationality and je suis your profession. Another thing I want you to do, which will help you a lot in the journey of learning French, would be to go do some research and find some adjectives. Finding everything would help. Here I want you to find some adjectives just to add to the list that you know. You can look for beautiful, you can look for tall, smart, and nice. This would help you a lot, especially in the beginning of learning French. And the last thing I would like you to do as a homework, which would truly help, is I want you to present two people, a man and a woman. So the man, I want you to use il s'appelle and then talk about him, whatever else you can say about the profession, the nationality, or with using the adjectives you have found. And elle s'appelle for woman, the same thing. Best would be to write and prepare 5 sentences for each one. Awesome. Thank you for being with me up to the end of this video. I would truly appreciate if you liked it, if you learned anything, press the like button, comment, let me know whatever you thought about it. Even if you want me to take a look at your homework, you can comment the sentences below so that we could discuss and give you the right answers. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.